Heather, what are you doing? Look at this little goblin. You hiding in Mommy's yarn cabinet? Yeah. Hello, Crime Scene Unit. My name is Heather, and this is episode whatever it is of Crime Scene Knits. Welcome. This will be at the end of all of my, not Fiberfest, yarn crawl footage. Had a ton of fun doing that, putting all that together. And I wanted to sort of get back into showing you guys what I'm actually crafting, because I have been crafting quite a bit. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Yeah, I've been crafting a lot, and so I just want to show you guys my progress on things, because I know some of these projects you guys have seen the beginnings of, and we're very solidly in the middle of most of them. So yeah. And then what else did I have? Oh, I have a big project, kind of like a craft room reorganization type project that I wanted to tell you guys about. I'm really kind of excited to attempt to do this. So first things first, let's catch up a little bit. My name is Heather. I'm a crime scene investigator, and I used to talk about that on the channel. I used to share stories with you guys, and that became no longer fulfilling for me. So now it's just the crafts, ma'am, which is kind of a play on words. It's you know, officers in old-timey TV shows would say, just the facts, ma'am, or maybe that was something Columbo said. I don't know, but that's what the show is now. It's just me and crafting. So if that's something you're interested in, kind of watching me document my craft life, then welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. And for all my returning viewers, you guys are the best, and I just love that you keep coming back, and I have somebody to show all this stuff to. So, okay, catch up on projects. That's first on my to-do list, is to catch up on projects. So, I have been on and off making blankets for my cats. I have 3 cats, Taylor, Renee, Poncho, Marie, and Mochi Lenore. And I was making a baby blanket for a baby shower, and Mochi, my little black cat, was very jealous that the blanket I was making was not for her. So, are we out of battery already? We might be out of battery. Oh my god, we are. Okay, hold on. Nobody move. Okay, so we might have kind of an interesting day, because my other battery pack said I had half of an hour, and then all of a sudden it was down to like 2%, and this one says I have 40 minutes. So that's maybe only 10-ish minutes of good time. I hope I have more battery than that, but we'll find out. So anyways, yeah, Mochi was really, really jealous, and so I thought, okay, well, I'm going to make Mochi a blanket, but if I make one cat a blanket, I have to make all of the cats blankets. So that one I just showed you is for Mochi. This is for Taylor, who's cuddled up right next to me as we speak. And this is for Poncho. So I just bought some Bernat blanket yarn. I'm using up some stuff that I had in my stash left over from baby gifts. And I'm doing stripes, so I can kind of only do like one section on one blanket. And then, you know, I need to move on to the other blanket to make sure I have enough of everything, because I want to use up all of the yarn that I bought, and you'll find out why later. And I also want to make sure I have enough so that they're all kind of similar looking. And I'm looking at my battery right now, and it is just bleeding. So I'm going to plug my other battery in. Please enjoy the yarn wall for a moment. Oh, okay, I'm back. Yeah, maybe I can sneak some battery onto the other, and then we can just trade off batteries throughout today, or I can talk faster. That's something too. So I'm working on those. I'm almost done. I feel like I have maybe another weekend of concentrated effort on those blankets, and then they will be finished. I did finish putting together, so every year I put together kind of a little memory square of the yarn crawl and all of the little stitch markers that I get or pins. They were doing like buttons for a while. So I've got this. I just need to put the year on it, 2024. And so I made that. So that's fun. That'll go in like my memory chest. I've been working on Joji Locatelli's Instant Crush, and I have this really fun, it's like a bag with polka dots, and I love it. I got it at Fiberfest. So this is my sweater so far. I just separated for sleeves. This is the front. So I love it. It's beautiful. It's very soft and subtle. You can kind of tell that it's the color pattern, you know, because my colors are so similar. We've discussed this before. They're so similar that it's not quite as high of a contrast as everyone else's is. But I've been finding it really difficult to understand this pattern, and I made it this far, so I'm very proud of myself for doing that, and I'm excited to keep working on it. So now I just have to do the body. I think that's only one color chart, which is going to be much easier than what I had been doing. It was one chart for sleeves and then another chart when you got to the front and the back, and I was struggling. I was doing maybe 2 or 3 rows a week just because I had to sit down, I had to shut the door, I had to be perfectly quiet, no one could be talking to me, and I just had to, you know, focus. So I did do a long neck here. I'm going to roll it so it's going to be like half the length that it is now, and stitch it because I really love a rolled neckline. I have another sweater, my favorite sweater, that has a rolled neckline, and I wanted to do that again with this one. I'm using a plethora of yarn. And so if there's anything that you are in particular interested about, you can go ahead and ask a question in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer what I'm using. But I don't really want my channel or my shows to be commercials for stuff that I use. So if someone in particular has a question, I'm happy to answer, but otherwise it's just pretty yarn that I happen to have. So I did start sort of like a cheeky cast on that I probably shouldn't have done, but I did it anyways. I have a nephew. He is almost 2, and I wanted to make him a cardigan, and I wanted to make a cardigan so that purposefully I could put really cute, fun buttons. So this is where I'm at with the cardigan. I'm using the Hexie Hexie Granny Square crochet cardigan. I think that's the pattern. I bought it off of Ravelry, and I'm having a hard time understanding the pattern, like how it's written. So I've been struggling a little bit with construction. It's coming together nicely, and I'm just about done. I'm sort of working on connecting this sort of V that's in the back right now, and I am just fudging it at this point. I'm not following the pattern anymore. I'm just going and with my gut. And I'm hoping that'll do well. I'll do some sleeves, maybe some quarter-length sleeves. He's a little boy, he's probably gonna run hot. And then the buttons. I need to shop for buttons for this. I really, really want novelty vegetable buttons so that it's like it's like a garden cardigan, because I just think that'd be so cute. Either vegetables or like a tree frogs, because yeah. So I'm working on that. If I devoted some time to that, I would have that done probably in an afternoon or 2. However, I have been completely focused, devoted, obsessed with this, and it's inside out right now, so I'm going to flip it for you so you can see. This is the Anna T by, I have the pattern right here, Sarah Stark, and I love this pattern. I was starting this earlier, and this actually wound up in the UFO pile for a while, if you can believe it, because I got angry with it. Because I wanted, basically, when I started this pattern, I wanted intarsia. I wanted an intarsia top, and I don't know how to do intarsia, so I was doing it wrong, and it came out ugly, and I had to rip everything out, and then I was angry, so it sat for a while. And then I gave up on the intarsia, and I just did it, you know. So here it is, and it's really, really beautifully fitted knit tee. I did go ahead and get yarn from my stash, as well as I went shopping for yarn, and I knew this main color I wanted to do something special with, but at the time that I bought it, I didn't know what. And as you can see, I've got one sleeve working. So this sleeve is super duper hot green, which is my favorite. And I wanted the entire sleeve, this is a raglan, so I wanted this whole raglan thing to be this green. Alas, it was not meant to be. And so I just added the green in where I picked up to knit, you know, the round of the sleeve. And I think it looks fine. I think this is cute still, even though it's not my original vision. I do have the contrast color on the bottom. I was able to use up a mini skein for this contrast color and use up most of 2 skeins. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right, so we're out of battery again, so I'm gonna have to shuffle. We may have to come back to this in a few hours, so I'm gonna look all hot and sweaty and different, but I have one more project to show you guys. So this is great. This is almost done. One more project when we return. I'm so sorry, my batteries are not working well. Okay. Okay, we're back briefly. I am going to do as long as I can before I run out of battery again, or I have to leave for my dental appointment. So yeah, where were we? Oh, yes. I have one more project to show you guys, and I know that I started this a while ago. It is kind of a large project, but this is a pattern from Barker Wool. It is the Language of Fans, and I did do a progress keeper. So the last time I showed you guys this, I was here. This is where Mothman is. So since that time, I've done all of this. And man, this just looks good on camera, doesn't it? That's just phenomenal. And you know what? After all this knitting, the wool still smells fantastic. Ugh, I love it. It is Corriedale, which I've never ever worked with before, and I'm completely in love with it. I think I mentioned that either my last normal episode prior to Yarn Crawl or the one before that, but I love, 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 love that yarn. Having so much fun making that. Okay, so now the only things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, that is the wrong notebook. Here we are. The only things that I wanted to talk to you guys about are that I have been sort of on a decluttering and thoughtful purchasing journey, I guess you could call it, kind of to go hand in hand with me changing my diet and my exercise a little bit. I know I don't really talk about my fitness on this channel very much. It's not a fitness channel, it is a yarn channel. However, I have actually lost about 10 pounds, and I don't know that I was bigger, but I don't know that anybody could tell so much because I am really muscly, I guess, for my size. But it took a lot of thought on why I'm consuming a food, how much of that food I actually need, what does being full feel like, you know, making a plan in order to reach my goals. And I learned a lot of how to do those things while I was trying to get a little bit leaner. Now I'm kind of in the point where I'm trying to build muscle, and so I, you know, don't mind if the scale goes down more, but odds are it's probably going to go back up because I'm lifting with husband. He's back there. We're actually going to do arm day today, so yay, arms. But it got me thinking, and then I was also motivated by an episode of Nitty Natty. She's on YouTube as well, and she looks really, really fun. She did this whole year-long sort of like a de-stash project, and it got me thinking, because I have a really healthy stash, as I have described, as we can, oops, there, yes, as we can see, and that's not the half of it. And she got down to just about no stash. She got down to a point where she had one full skein of unworked yarn, and she had a couple of Ziploc baggies of leftovers, and that was her goal. Her goal was to have no stash. I do not have that goal, but I would really like to sort of tame my stash. And so my goal is to get down to what I would consider about 2 years worth of yarn 2 years worth of, material to make projects with. As of right now, I have anywhere between 5 and 10, just depending on what I want to use these things for. So my goal, my project that I'm going to be working on for this year, so we're in May, so from May to May 2024 to 2025, I really want to whittle my stash down. I'd like to be mindful about what I'm bringing in. I'd like to give away more yarn. I'd like to use more yarn in projects. So I'm kind of going to steal Nitty Natty's idea on how to do that. And thank you to her for the inspiration, because I do feel overwhelmed at the size of stash that I have. And I have something in my sock. It's gotten to the point now where I have so many beautiful things that I love. I have things that I think the inspiration has sort of waned on. And when I want to buy something new, something that really is speaking to me in that moment, I feel guilty about it because I am not thoughtful a lot of the time with my yarn purchases, but also I'm kind of running out of space. And I don't like that feeling. And I think because I've been practicing more mindfulness with my eating and with my exercise and with my body, that now it's time to maybe carry that over into how I acquire objects and fill my space. And I did kind of touch on feeling that way in, my first new episode that is up right now, where I don't really want to be super about consumerism and talk about where I bought things and what, I bought and all of this stuff. So to that end, I've decided to do kind of a no-buy month through June. So we're in May right now. I'm going to finish out May. June, I'm going to try to not purchase things that aren't like needs. So like obviously I have to go to the grocery store, and if we need toothpaste or a new light bulb or something for the cats, then I buy that. I don't really want to acquire any more yarn. I don't really want to online shop. It's just something that I enjoy doing. I'm a collector and I have quite a few collections. I don't really want to add to those. I'd really like to just challenge myself and see if I can do this and do what I did with food, where I think about, okay, why am I wanting to buy this? What sort of itch is that scratching for me? And of course, you guys, the day I decide to do that, Lion Brand comes out with new colorways in mandala. There's 12 of them, and I greatly desire all 12. Because I have my collection of mandalas and I kind of like to be the person who has all of them, and now I don't, and that rankles me. So I am gonna wait on making that purchase. I'm really, really committed to the month of June being no purchase. So I'm telling myself that they're gonna be there when that month is over, and it's gonna be okay, and I can still have them. I don't need to have them all right now, and I don't know if anybody else struggles with that kind of compulsion to collect, especially with yarn. I think maybe I have a good camaraderie here. So that is going on. Let's see. Yeah, so my plan is to kind of pick and pull some techniques that Nitty Natty had. She counted, so every time she started a project and she wound the yarn, that counted as that skein being used. So it came out of her overall stash number. So she keeps track of how many skeins she has total, how many skeins are coming in, new purchases or gifts, and then how many skeins are leaving, either by being started as a project or being given away. So that's what I'm going to do. So my next video is probably going to be a crazy, everything comes out of the cabinets in the drawers and I count, because right now I don't know properly how many skeins I even have. And I need to organize. I'd like to organize everything by weight, and I'd like to do kind of a, giveaway maybe of, am I going to use this yarn? Do I want to gift it? Do I want to do a giveaway? I don't really do giveaways on the channel anymore, but maybe for this I will. And just keep the things that really speak to me, that I am inspired currently to work with. And then I need to just keep track. So I'm not telling myself I can't buy yarn ever until I use up everything in here, because I don't think that's very, that won't come naturally to me. I don't think that's going to be productive for me to just go cold turkey like that. But I do need to get into the habit of tracking yarn in and yarn out and focus on starting and completing projects. And so that is kind of what I'm going to be doing this year. And I don't know. So my goal, 2 years worth of yarn for me, I kind of calculated to be somewhere around 60 skeins of yarn, 60. And looking, just eyeballing at what I have now, that is going to be really difficult, even if I do not purchase a single other skein. And I know me, I know I will. I've actually got, prior to making this decision, I did a pre-order, so I have at least one skein coming also. So we'll see if I can manage, but I think it'll be a good exercise. So, hi husband. He's making faces at me. All right, y'all, I think that I am done for today. That was all I wanted to talk about, which is great because we're running out of battery again, and I have to go and get my teeth cleaned. So in the comments down below, let me know if you've ever tried to do a destash project or tried to be a little more mindful about your purchases. I'd love to have some encouragement because this is quite difficult for me. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. My husband has brought me a cookie. So I'm going to head out, and I think I have some cats I can film for you before we go. So just if you need a little pick-me-up, there will be cats. All right, y'all, I will see you next week. I've been sort of doing one episode per my weekend, so one a week, not on any specific day, but sometime in between Sunday and Tuesday I will upload one thing. So yeah, I'll see y'all then. Okay, everybody have a crafty day. Bye. Mooch mooch. Mochi.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the grass is having a hard time underneath this overhang.
It's husband. Ah! Mochi. Oh, moats, moats. Oh. We have all been blessed with a squeak. And here's Taylor Renee. Hi, Taylor. You're so cute. Say hello to your public. I love you. Taylor is 16 years old, y'all. She is a queen in this household. And she wants a bite of my cookie. Okay, bye.